Content warning, if you can't tell by the picture, I'm going to be talking about Critical Role. And you know I can get off into my little tangents about the media empire that is Critical Role. So, if me talking about Critical Role or the Critical Role fan base in a less than positive manner is something that will upset you, please stop watching this now. I'll give you a minute. Okay, we're back. Hey, so you remember a couple weeks, days, moments, minutes ago when we found out due to a Amazon hack that Critical Role made a lot of money from Twitch? Well, first, Amazon was hacked, which means any personal information any of us had on Amazon is now in the possession of someone else. But that's not important. You know what is important? Critical Role made money from Twitch. They made a lot of money. Or they didn't make any money at all, depending upon your point of view. But apparently they made $9 million just from Twitch drops and Twitch donations and Twitch super chats and all the other way you can give people money on Twitch. I made a video about this and because people thought I'd be angry that Critical Role made a lot of money. And I was like, no, I'm not angry, nor am I surprised. In fact, if there's anybody out there who is aware of the Critical Role media empire, who was surprised that they made that much money, why? It's pretty obvious where they stand in the relationship to the tabletop role-playing game hobby and their influence on it currently. So, yeah, they made some money. Good for them. It's their job, or part of their job. I did say some things about what I would have liked the money to have been gone to, and people misinterpreted that and got angry at me and whatever. When it comes to me in Critical Role, I never expect it to be a positive outcome. So this announcement was made. Hey, Critical Role made money from Twitch drops. All you guys on Twitch who enjoyed the show gave them money. And it was released through an Amazon hack. Which is bad. Because now that means Amazon has my personal information. Which means the person who hacked them has my personal information. So the $9 million information percolated out there for about, 72 hours, and then Twitch and Twitter proceeded to attack Critical Role. How dare they make that much money? Also, if they're making that much money, they should be more diverse. Now, do you see the irony in that? Let me rewind and go over it again. Critical Role, find out, makes a lot of money from Twitch. A couple of days later, people are going on Twitch and Twitter attacking Critical Role for making that much money and attacking Critical Role for not being diverse. In case you don't see the irony there yet again, it's the people who gave them the $9 million are angry that they have made $9 million. Here's my money. Take my money. I love what you do. Here's my money to show you how much I appreciate what you do. Oh, you motherfucker, you actually took my money and you now have money? How dare you have money? That was my money that I gave you. I'm angry at you for having the money that I gave you. Shame on you, Critical Role. Shame on you, Matt Mercer. Shame on you, Travis. Shame on you for accepting the money that I gave you. I now hate you. I'm very salty over the fact that you have money that I gave you. Twitter is upset that Critical Role made money, the money that Twitter and Twitch gave them. Apparently, up with that, now they're all upset that Critical Role isn't diverse enough because it's all young white actors, except for Towson, who's apparently gay. And there's nobody else of any color, creed, whatever on the show, except for a bunch of hot topic, cool-looking, talented, young white actors. Rewind. About several years ago, one of the very first things I said about Critical Role was, I don't see myself represented on Critical Role, but that's okay because I'm not the target audience. And people attacked me for saying that. How dare you say you don't see yourself represented? Well, I don't see myself represented in this picture. There's nobody in this picture who looks anywhere, shape, or form like I do. But that's okay because I'm not their target audience. So if you're upset by the way the people at Critical Role looks, remember, you're their target audience. The people that Critical Role appeals to are the people that Critical Role looks like. That's who they think their target audience is. That's who gave them $9 million, and that's who is now upset of them for not representing more. Well, they have had people of color on the show. They have had people of, I guess, disabilities on the show. They have had people of various sexual orientations in the back. But now they currently have this lineup, though they have informed us that the lineup might be changing with Campaign 3. But apparently people are upset. They're calling them out. They don't want Critical Role people to, say things like call themselves he, her, she, them in their bios anymore. They want Critical Role to be more diverse because they don't see themselves represented in Critical Role, even though they're Critical Role's target audience. So isn't it just incredibly ironic? In all seriously, as much as I bag on Critical Role and as much as I bag on the Critical Role fan base, and I do bag on the Critical Role fan base, there's no question. Sometimes I feel sorry for these guys. I really do. I mean, they are victims of their own creation. And now that creation is getting bigger. They're receiving more public perception. People are becoming more aware of them. And the very same people who claim they are their beloved fans, who Critical Role invests all this time and energy into creating these products for, are once again attacking them. And mind you, this is not the first time the beloved Critical Role devout fan base has turned on them at the drop of a dime and begun attacking them. Now, of all the things you've attacked Critical Role about, Critical Role fan base, you hypocritical little people, this is the most ridiculous. You gave them the money. You cannot be upset that they have the money you gave them. If somebody gives me $20 for my birthday, I'm not going to be angry that they gave me $20, and they should not be angry that they gave me $20. If they needed the $20, they shouldn't have given it to me. If you needed the $9 million, you shouldn't have given it to them. So don't be upset that they have the money you gave them. And if you're upset that there's not enough representation in Critical Role, whose fault is that? Not theirs, because they have had representation on the show. They have had black people and green people and orange people and yellow people and fat people and thin people and disabled people and homosexuals and lesbians and non-binary. They have invited several of their friends, but they didn't stick around because this is Critical Role. A bunch of young, hot topic white people who are appealing to their target audience, which you see reflected in this picture. So if you're upset there's not enough diversity in Critical Role, whose fault is that? Theirs or yours? If you're upset that Critical Role made $9 million off of Twitch, whose fault is that? Theirs? For doing what they were going to do anyways? They never asked you for the money as far as I know. Or yours for giving it to them. Think about it. I do not see myself represented in Critical Role. It is one of the very first things I said about it, and I will say it today. I don't see myself represented in Critical Role. But that's okay, because I'm not their target audience. The rabid current Critical Role fan base is their target audience. So I'm not upset about that. There's plenty of things that Critical Role fan base has done, but the fact that I'm not represented in this picture you see here, don't care. It's not a thing. It's fine that I'm not represented in Critical Role. I'm not their target audience. You are their target audience, people who gave them $9 million. So please explain to me why you're upset. They are victims of the product that they created, You have created this perpetual motion engine of negativity that seems to circle around Critical Role. Critical Role in return keeps making the product they think you want to see, and then you attack them. Explain that to me, because maybe I am wrong. Lord knows when it comes to Critical Role, I have been wrong before. So am I wrong? Do you feel you are justified in being angry at them for making $9 million plus? Do you feel justified in being angry that that information was released from the hack? Because really, I think you'd be angry about the fact that your personal information is now out there and not that Critical Role made money. Do you feel justified in these statements? Please explain to me why you feel justified. I won't judge you. I respect your opinion. If you feel justified in the anger you are now directing at them, even though everything is sort of your fault, please tell me why. Tell me why you're angry at them. Tell me why you feel this is justified. Tell me why you're upset that you gave them money, they took the money, and now they have the money, and you're upset that they have the money. Tell me why. Tell me why you're upset about them not having representation, because you're the ones who told them not to. Tell me why. Till next time, I am your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and sports. The man who calls himself the OGGM, or occasionally late for dinner. If you appreciate the words that are coming out of my mouth, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about Critical Role ever again, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs. If you're planning on unsubscribing, let me know why. I can't fix it if you don't tell me what's broken. If you're feeling generous with the holidays coming up, consider supporting me through the locals, the PayPal, the Ko-Fi, or buying my one piece of merch over on my Teespring merch store. Till next time, have a great evening. I've got one more story I need to talk about, but maybe I'll save it till tomorrow. Get off my land. And yes, I did say it. I actually kind of feel sorry for the Critical Role people.